Hi friends, welcome back. Today we are going to solve Leetcode problem 633, find the duplicate number. Before we start looking the details of this problem, I just want to mention that I often create Leetcode solution videos using Java J2E as well as interview helpful videos using Java J2E technologies and important concepts like BFS, DFS, dynamic programming, different architectural related questions as well as data structures algorithm questions that will be helpful if you are preparing for Java J2E interviews and telephonic interviews as well as in-person interviews. So please check out my playlist. Also please subscribe to the channel so the videos can reach to more people like you and they can get benefited. So please subscribe to the channel. So now let's look into the detail of this problem. This one is a hard problem. So given an array nums containing n plus 1 integers where each integer is between 1 and n inclusive, guarantee that at least one duplicate number must exist. Assume that there is only one duplicate number. Find the duplicate number basically, right? So we have been given an array, and for example this is the array that's given to us, let's say. So as you can see, 5 is the duplicate number here, right? In this array other numbers are not duplicate, so there is only one duplicate number and it can appear anywhere in the array, and we have to find the duplicate number and we have to return that duplicate number, right? So that is the problem. Now what makes the problem difficult is the conditions they have given, right? So what they are saying, so let's just look into these conditions. So you must not modify the array. So you must use only constant extra space, means you cannot use any data structure. For example, one easy way to solve this problem is if you are using a hash set, you can just iterate through this array and you can put array this value into the set, right? Like you put 5 into the set, then again you are here into this 5, then you will check into the set, right? If the value is present, then that is the duplicate value. So that is if that is allowed, then that is a very easy implementation. But now see, like you cannot use any extra space basically, so you cannot use hash set or any other data structure because they want constant space, right? Then your runtime complexity should be less than order of n square. Now one brute force approach to solve the problem is you take one number and you go through all the remaining numbers and check if that number is duplicate, right? Like you go through all the remaining numbers, so it becomes n square basically. So we don't want to do that, and there is only one duplicate number in the array, but it could be repeated more than once. This is also one important thing, right? Because you can have like all the ones, right? One 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 like that basically. So you have to consider that scenario as well. So let us just take a example over here. This is one example that I created to demonstrate how we can solve the problem in the given constraints, right? O1 extra space we want, and we want better than order of n square. So what we will do is, this is the input array given to us and we have to find out the duplicate number. So let's just assume like this is the array, right? So these are the indexes of the array. So 0 1 2, then this is 3, then this is 4, and then this is 5, right? So these are the indices. So now we will go through each element in the array and we will make the uh, numbers index value as a -1. So we are here now, so we will be at 0th index, number is 5. So we will go and we will make the value of index 5 as -1, right? So -1 becomes like the 5 becomes -1 in this case. Then we are at index 4, index 1. So value is 4, so we will go and we will put a -1 there, right? To the fourth index. Now we are at 3, so we will put third index as -1, so we will put -1 here, right? And we are at 2, so we will put second index as -1, so -1 is here. And always we will check, if there is a -1 already into that location, right? Now again we are at 2. Now we will try to go into 2 location. So this is the location, right? Now our value at location 2 is already -1. So whenever we find out a value which is lesser than 0, then we will just return, like we will take that number as the duplicate number. So 2 is the duplicate number, right? Because we already have a -1 at that location. So we will return that as the duplicate number. So I hope I explained the algorithm in detail. So what we do is we start from the array and we take the number of the array and we make that index position as -1. For example, if we are at 5, then we will make this 5 position as -1 here, right? So as you can see, it is -1 here. Then when we go to 4, we make 4 position as -1. So we make this position as -1 in the array. When we are at 3, we make third position as a -1. So -1 we made the third position. Then we are at 2, then we made the second position as -1, this position, right? And again when we are at 2, then we will check, if it is already -1, then we will just understand that that is the duplicate number and we will return that number as the duplicate number. So that's how the output becomes 2 here, right? So now with this approach, we have not used any extra space because we just simply uh, iterating through the array, right? And your runtime complexity is just order of n, right? Because we are just iterating through the array once. So that is the approach that we can solve this problem. So the solution will be just very simple. You just have initially I is 0 and you will keep moving through the array and you will keep the number increase, like putting as -1. Whenever you are seeing any number, you will put the index of that number as a -1, right? So nums of I is equal to -1, for example. So nums of 5 means this one, right? Nums of 5 means this one, you become -1. So that is the approach. And then at the end, whenever you find any value uh, which is like which is repeating, right? In that case, we will just return that value as the duplicate value, right? So that is what the approach is. Because you see the while loop is only, it is looping until it is finding greater than or equal to 0 values, right? So when we find this one 2 means whenever we find -1, uh, again, right, in this case we will find -1. So we will just getting out like with the I, right? I means the position, like I means the position. So we will just return that 2 basically. So that is how you can solve this problem. So as you can see, they have given us some examples here. So let us run one example that's given to us. So this is one of the corner cases where you have all the ones, right? Otherwise we can just take this example and we can just quickly run this. So we are getting correct answer, right? We got 5 here, and then yeah, it's just running 1, I think. So 5 is duplicated, so we got 5 here. Let's just remove this. So you got the idea, right? How we are solving the problem in the O1 extra space and less than just big like order of n, right? This is order of n is the complexity because we are just iterating the array once and we have just putting -1 there, right? So as you can see, first I is equal to 0, and while numbers of I is greater than 0, we will just say temp is equal to nums of I, and nums of I is equal to -1. So we will always make it -1, right? So 5 will be -1, 4 will be -1, 3 will be -1, 2 will be -1, and again when we are at 2 we get -1. So we will get like nums of I will be less than 0, right? Minus 1 means in that case. So we will just come out, and our I is holding the temp value, right? The temp value will be 2 in that case, so it will just return 2 here. So we'll just submit this solution. So our solution is 78% faster than other submissions, which is pretty good. uh, so I just wanted to explain you the algorithm, how you can solve the find the duplicate number problem without using any external data structure like a hash set or hash map, just by iterating the array and using this logic. So I hope this is clear how to find the duplicate number. So please check out my other playlist also. I have created playlist for solving Leetcode problems in Java, and it has over 70 problems solved and explained in details. Also check out the Java interview related playlist. It has a lot of frequently asked questions and concepts that are frequently asked during the interviews, telephonic interviews, initial rounds. So please check it out, and please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your subscription is really important for the channel to grow and reach to more people. So please subscribe, and thanks for watching the video.